Hey guys, welcome to another unboxing video. It's supposed to get really hot from tomorrow onwards, so I figured I'd get this one in quickly. Of course, while enjoying some alcohol, this time a Hertog Jan Big Beer. Cheers guys. Wow, just the ticket. Now, by process of elimination, I think I managed to single out what this keyboard is supposed to be, even though it's not labeled. Wow. Let's get to it. I guess this time as well, it's not really so much an unboxing as it is an unbagging. But still, unbaggings are probably good content as well, right? Let's be impatient and just cut through here. There you go. Yeah, I was correct. It is, in fact, another Keydous. Keydous, whatever. Keyboards. Go away. So, it is specifically the NJ98. I have previously reviewed a Keydous keyboard, which was really not too bad off the top of my head. Wow, so good. Actually, yeah. Okay. Wow. A lot of option markings on this box. Not entirely sure what any of this means. Well, I guess brass is ticked, which I think is the plate. Oh, that's a shame. I didn't know they had the steel plate as well. Steel is always the best. Blue, and I think it's supposed to be box Gateron navy, which I guess is the switches, which is weird because I think I asked for Gateron Pro yellows instead, but I could be wrong. And NJ something completely unknown keycaps. I've no idea what any of this means. Well, only one way to find out, I guess. Actually, a whole bunch more on the back here as well. Maybe difficult to make out on the camera. I don't know. 1.4 kilos, USB Type-C, 8,000 milliamp hours. Okay, and a whole bunch more stuff. Whatever, let's just get to it. Off the top of my head, the previous Keydous I reviewed was a somewhat small model, kind of mid-size. By the way, if you hear very raucous laughter in the background, it's my neighbors. Motherfucker. There you go. Also, this one has a very different color scheme. The first one I reviewed was a kind of beige or cream color scheme. And this one is dark and evil. And full size, which is what we like to see. Well, when I say full size, obviously it's a 89% layout, which is a little bit less than full size, but you know, getting into the right direction. Well, there's a bunch more stuff in here as well. I'll get into that in a second. Let's first open this bad boy up. Alright. There you go. Here it is. There she blows, the Keydous NJ98. It's a nice color scheme. It looks like navy and black. Much more evil looking and better looking, I think, than the cream color scheme, which was also not bad, but I don't know, this just has something to it. There's a small little LED screen here. I'm not entirely sure what that is for. And it does also have a button called Cal next to it. Now I know this model has a couple of new things compared to the previous one I reviewed, but I tend to either forget or not look too deeply into things that I unbox, partly because it gives me more surprise when I do actually unbox. I look whether something is, you know, worth going over, but I try not to go too deeply into it. It's just more interesting for me. Cool. Thank God it's not a Lenovo layout again. Keydous NJ80, blah blah, serial number. Very bare model sticker. Right, so let's park that for a second and then look inside here. A USB cable. Simple, but doesn't hurt to have 1,000,001 of them. What looks like a QC report, stamped as well, very old-fashioned. I get that a lot from products from China, though. Stamped QC report. It's kind of cool. I like that sort of stuff. Okay, a tiny manual. Looks very old-fashioned, this. New journey of sheer typing feel. Yes, it's the sheer typing feel. Blah, blah, blah. So Keydous' actual name is actually Zhuhai Qianwo Tech Company Limited. This is one of the problems I have with some of these boxes or bags that I get sent in. Sometimes the name of a Chinese company is on there, but quite often they are nothing like the company name that they used to advertise with, which makes it a little bit confusing. Okay, Bluetooth pairing, FN combos, Mac system, enter Mac mode. Okay, that suggests to me, especially in combination with the Windows keycaps, that this, for once, is actually laid out for Windows by default, which is nice because Mac is fucking awful. Blah, blah, blah. The F12 light is for indicating the battery blinks in red when the power is less than 10%. Okay. Right, now I can get back to that in a second. First, I need to pause the video for a sec. Right. Cool. Next up we have a switch puller. I think I've seen this one before. It's slightly different. But these tend to be quite serviceable. I've got a few that look like this glorious one that are very similar, but see, it's not quite the same. Anyway, doesn't matter. And a super generic ring. Well, wire puller. These are good though. Pre-splayed, I like that. Companies, if you make wire pullers, make sure they're not flattened out by default like this and that you have to peel them apart. That's just annoying. Anyway, small detail. Here are some more keycaps, and they look like... Let's just get rid of this for a second. They look like some alternative colorways. So this is kind of a... You know what this color is? This is basically the color of ABS that's yellowed extremely, extremely, extremely much over the years. This looks exactly like some of my really old and yellowed keyboards. That's kind of cool. I don't know if that would make... How does that look? Just open a couple of these up. I'm sure this also includes the Windows keycaps. Oh, and this also includes the ISO keycaps? Whenever I'm given a choice, I ask for UK ISO. So is this board configurable on the fly? You know, that you can relay out? I don't know. I'll have to look into that. So these keycaps are interestingly not white lettered, but the same color, beige, brown, whatever lettered, which actually looks kind of cool. And the brown ones are navy lettered, so it's the same color as these keycaps. Wow, and you have multiple options on this. So, whew, interesting. That looks kind of funky. I wonder if this, the best looking color scheme for this would be F8. Okay, the choice of keycaps that you can change over seems a little bit arbitrary, but I don't know. It's cool that they include something like that. Even a 00 key. Nice. So being a 98%, it's almost exactly the same as a full size, really. It's just that the nav cluster is slightly smaller than that, and they rammed the arrow cluster closer together, kind of into the alphanumeric block and into the numpad. So it's really quite close to full size. Just yeah, it doesn't. Let me just take up a normal full size just to compare. You know, you save a lot of horizontal space, well, a reasonable amount of horizontal space, and you don't lose that many keys. It's an interesting layout. Right, anyway, have we got even more? Yes, the switches. Let's have a look at that. See, okay. Very heavily dampened. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's something navy and transparent. Yeah, this is definitely not GAT Pro yellows. I'd really have to look up what the deal with this was anymore. I don't want to confuse multiple keyboards that I've got coming in. Very high production value, by the way, on this channel, guys. This is you can tell I really take this stuff seriously. So it feels very heavily dampened, almost like a sort of linear topra. You know, the really light topras that feel basically linear. It feels like that, except not lightly weighted. Wow, you're gonna have to do a lot of reading up on this keyboard. I'm kind of glad about that, though. It means that this keyboard is significantly different from the previous Keydous I reviewed, and I always like to cover as many different things as I can, you know. So yeah, you can see the brass of the plate through there as well, which is a cool touch, especially with the, well, let's say bronze colored or something, brass colored lettering of the keycaps. It's an interesting combination. Honestly, I think look wise it's pretty good. You know, it's fancy but not too in your face. Let's see, do I have a little bit of time left? Just a little bit. See if I can have a look at the RGB on this thing. It's very soft. Okay, so the display here, I'm glad I tested this out. The display shows a battery indicator, a mode. It also has the lock lights built into it. So at the moment it shows num lock. There you go, that goes away. I'm not sure it has scroll lock. It does have caps lock. Yeah, that shows as well. That's cool. Okay, and a cat. There is a black cat in that, which is nice because black cats are the best cats. Right, the RGB is, it's very low key. It's rainbow, but it's very soft. I don't know if it's just on a low level, or if it is just, you know, low output. Let's see. Brightness plus, that's FN plus up. Quite a lot of keyboards have that, so that makes sense. No, it doesn't become all that much brighter. It's just very, very subtle. I doubt you can even see that on the camera. It's nice. I think this might look nice with red backlighting or something. It's not too invasive. Anyway, I think even without backlight it looks pretty good. Anyway, I've been waffling on for way too long already. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. I've got 2 more teardown videos for you coming up. I'll be airing those while I'm away on holiday. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you next time, guys.